Salutation, friends of Goochland. Just wanted to do a quick video today and tell you what's coming up this week. This week, several of us are going to go and talk with the Board of Supervisors during the comment section of the Board of Supervisors meeting, the regularly scheduled meeting, which starts tomorrow, June 2nd. At 3 o'clock is the first session, and then they'll have another session at 6. And you'll be allowed to, the public can come in and talk about almost anything. They do have some rules, but mostly you can talk about anything. So what I'm going to talk about is zoning standards, comprehensive plans, all that kind of stuff. I'll probably narrow it down a little bit. One of the things that I want to talk about is here in this map. I will give you a better shot of the map. What's circled on that map is the M1s, zoning for M1. And right now, data centers can be brought in anywhere by right in an M1 zone. Now the areas out to western Goochland out here aren't as big as the circles, and they certainly aren't as big as the area in eastern Goochland. But there's still enough, if not for complete data centers, certainly substations would be eligible to come in there. And so that's what I wanted to talk about. Part of the thing about the zoning, of course, is that they put in what can be in there. For instance, M1, they added in 2014, they added data centers. Not really appreciating what data centers are going to be like in 2026. But they didn't put any use standards in. The closest things we have to a use standard for M1s with data centers is the new TOD, which is on the eastern side. And of course, that they didn't implement that correctly. So there's a lawsuit going on, and they're going to lose that unless they can run us out of money. So that's going to be their strategy. It has to be. It has to be. But in the meantime, we're going to start talking about data centers because even though the TOD is shoving it in the face of the eastern Goochlanders, although it'll affect the entire county, there are other areas which also need to have use standards so that when they say they're going to put a data center in, you know what that means and you know what the rules are. And right now there aren't any. You can put them in by right, which means anything. So one of the things I'm doing is I'm learning about diesel generators. I'm going to some classes and webinars this week. I hope to learn more because what's happened, the data centers require power all the time. And they've tripled here in Virginia from 20 gigawatts of total power generation to 55 gigawatts from 2018 to 2025. So in 7 years, they've almost tripled. And that is over 10,000 semi-truck sized generators. That's enough to power 20 million homes. 20 million homes. Diesel generators. Now, some smaller percentage of those are more eco-friendly, Tier 4. Most of them are still Tier 3. But even the T4s put out a lot of bad stuff for the environment. And the recent policies on pollution coming out of Washington, D.C. have reduced the oversight of the feds into emissions. And the consequence of that is, of course, that looking for higher profits, the polluting companies will lower their standards because profit counts. Profit counts. So we're seeing that the feds are not helping here. So they're leaving it up to us. So we need to figure out something. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to learn more about what what diesel generators, because diesel generators run a lot. They say, oh, we'll only run an emergency. Well, here in Virginia, who gets to decide what the emergency is? Dominion, or NextEra, and the data centers. So if the Dominion says it's a hot day, I want the data centers not to pull so much from the grid, then 1,000 generators are going to fire up here in Goochland. 1,000 generators, or whatever they put in. I don't know how many they're going to put in, but it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot if they got a 900 plus campus. You combine that with the new gas power plant they're putting down in Cumberland, Virginia, just 6 miles south of the Goochland border, 6 miles south. It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. I'll put a chart out where it's going to be, but just 6 miles. And again, remember the prevailing wind. Where does it normally blow? At least half of the year, it blows from the southwest to the northeast. So we Goochlanders will be getting all of that. The West Enders are going to be getting most of it, but I know it'll be coming over this way too. That, and probably the data centers will put in their own gas generators. And you know what? Once they get in, Board of Supervisors can't stop them. Their money's too big. The money's too big. So I'll give you an update on what happened at the Board of Supervisors meeting. There, of course, won't be any actions about data centers, but I'm hoping they'll at least start listing about zoning and comprehensive planning and strategic planning, that kind of stuff. They responded very well to the citizen concern for the Valley Link project, and I'm glad that we all pulled together on that, and I hope we all can pull together on this one. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.